brand called Egg Harbor. This is the seafood arm of Rastelli's. 2020 Customer Choice Food Award winner for Best Seafood. These are phenomenal, and I am a salmon lover. You talk about a great source of omega-3s and fatty acids, which we all know that we need. These are so easy to prepare, and they come out perfect. They're flaky, they're tasty, they're wonderful. Customer top rated, in fact, 575 5-star reviews.
How crazy is that?
It takes a lot to be customer rated on QVC, but these have done it. Now, they're yours for $99.98, 4 easy payments of $25 a month. But Carol, what makes these so special is you always talk about know your source.
Yeah.
It's where the salmon come from, right?
It really is. And I think with this, no antibiotic diet, no hormone-free, and the really cold waters of the Faroe Islands. And what does that mean for you? It means that you're getting a fish that's very buttery in taste. If it's not like any salmon you've ever had before. Center cut, which is always important. They come vacuum sealed.
Boy, look at that. You
But
can
look
just
at
tell
how
the
pristine.
oh,
So when
these are the waters right up between Iceland and Norway.
Yeah. So antibiotic-free, hormone-free diet, and that's really important. A lot of fish that we buy these days from the grocery store and things, you can't say that about it. And you want to know your source, and that's where it is. And that's why you mentioned all of those reviews. I love fish. My sister is over the moon about salmon. So a couple years ago, I ordered these. It was Brittany was having a TSV. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and order these. My sister said to me, she goes, where'd you get that fish? She said that salmon was so good. And it is.
And she's a salmon aficionado.
All the time. And it's just really buttery, and it shows in the fish itself.
Well, one thing in that footage you may have noticed is these big nets. So while the fish can swim freely in the cold waters, they never can go out of those pristine waters into polluted waters, and that's very important. And so these are just sourced beautifully,
so
and those cold, pristine waters are the key because they're so pure.
Well, and that's the whole thing. You know what the fish, the diet of
what they're eating,
is being fed. So it's the exact same thing when you talk about whether it's beef or it's chicken, but you love salmon, correct?
Love it.
So this is a
look
smaller
at how tender and flaky. Yes.
Here, grab a dinner fork.
Oh, I can go with this.
I was going to grab you a dinner
fork. Look at that. Do you see how flaky and how beautiful
it is? It's so flaky.
Look at that.
I always see Brittany do this.
Oh, wait, let me get this over here. Whoops.
Really flaky.
Okay.
Got one.
Wow.
Isn't that delicious?
Gosh.
See what I'm talking about?
Oh,
it's
my
really
goodness.
buttery.
Jerry, you prepared those perfectly. Was it hard?
No, very easy.
Anybody can do it.
I just did that.
You did that.
I did that. That's why I pulled that one out.
Let's talk about. Oh, you did that. Let's talk about the ways you can do it. You can do it like Carol did, in a pan, right? Saute.
Yes.
In a large pan over medium heat for about 4 minutes per side.
Exactly.
That quick?
Yeah, and salmon, for me, I like it medium rare. But the whole thing is, there's so many different ways to prepare fish. We're supposed to have more of it in our diet.
Right.
But when you go to the grocery store, how long has that stuff been sitting there? You know, you look in the case and you think, I don't think so. Fish shouldn't smell fishy.
Right. And these are something called blast frozen, so it locks in the flavor the day they're caught.
And that's the key to it. So it's just once frozen. So what happens is when you get this home and you defrost it, it's been frozen when it was filleted, and it's a center cut fillet. And so when you go to enjoy it, it's fresher than anything you're going to be buying in the grocery store. I will tell you that. And it's just easy to prepare. You can do it on the grill.
Yeah, I love to grill these about 4 minutes per side. Keep them apart, right?
Well, what I do is on a grill, I like to use, I call it tin foil. But I like to make tenting, so I'll just go ahead and put different things. Like you could do some shallots and butter, and maybe some tomato if you wanted to go that way. A little bit of white wine, salt and pepper, and just go ahead and tent. Because when you do it on the grill, you want to make sure it doesn't disappear on the grill. But yeah, it's just minutes.
In
on
the
grill.
oven, 25 to 30 minutes at 350. But again, I mean, You know, salmon
Look
is
at the
only
color.
as good as the fish itself, and
True.
we talk about the sourcing. $99.98 or 4 easy payments of $25 a month. Those go away at the end of the day. These sold out. Their last airing June 21st, June 21st, and since then. But can we show that footage again, Carrie, of the pristine waters? That this is the key right here, way up between Norway and Iceland. And that cold water is so important. And there's the netting.
But it really is. And the netting is to keep that antibiotic-free, hormone-free diet.
Eating the good diet. Eating
a
in the pure
really good
waters.
diet. And what that does is, again, it's about the marbling and the fat that you get through the salmon, which I believe is why you end up with something that's so buttery tasting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do believe that we have right out here a little booklet.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Check it out. Faroe Island cooking guide.
Exactly. So that's going to go ahead and come with the order. And it's going to help somebody if you're trying to get into fish, but you don't really know how to do it. Brittany's put together a great
all
book.
the simple directions. Look at oven, saute, broil, grill, air fryer. I could have just picked up this and told you how to cook it.
I could use it too.
That's nice.
Yeah. And
What's
then
this?
This is a seasoning packet.
Oh.
So, you know, all the things to get started, but it really
and
is
there's a lot of recipes in here. Did you know that?
Citrus and honey.
Ooh. Spicy
But
Thai.
I don't care how great the recipe is if you're not starting with a really good product to begin with.
Yep.
And to have a delicious entree of fish, it needs to be a really nice fish. So you can go ahead and do it over a salad. You can do some grilled asparagus as they're showing on the camera. But again, it's all about the ease and versatility of the fish, but how delicious the fish is.
Now, what have we prepared here? What are some great ways to serve this?
I mean, if I were doing this at home, and it just depends. I mean, if there were like 4 people coming over, they're showing down here a platter. These days that are really.
You know what? I'm gonna go behind you.
Go.
I'm gonna help the cameras out, since the cameras can't really
they can't
come
move.
to us. Yes.
See if you can get that.
I'll.
So that's just a platter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the whole idea of putting all things together.
I should have done this earlier.
And take it to the dinner table is a great way to serve. So that's just over some rice and some tomatoes, some feta
Now I'm going to
cheese.
switch out. I hope this is not hot.
So that's just going to be dinner for one.
Oh,
and again,
where am I?
do your starch, your vegetable, and your salmon. But it's all about. You ever bought something and you thought, oh, I think this will be pretty tasty, and you try it and think. That wasn't anything.
Yeah, you're disappointed.
Yeah, you're not going to.
Gotta have the flavor.
If you love salmon, you're going to love this. Yeah, that's a really pretty salad.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many things you can do with salmon. Now, what is up there? Is that in some kind of a soup?
That looks like that's grits.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely.
I thought the salmon was floating in soup.
That's
okay. Where's the fork? I got to get it. Here, I got a clean one right here.
And I got you a clean one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got to go.
So that's just white wine, garlic, capers, little lemon juice, and
boy.
Yeah.
You know, really, this is, I start salivating. Look at this, I'm ready.
That's a really good fish. It's delicious.
Wow.
Delicious.
Moist, tender.
Yep.
Not
about
dried
30
out.
grams of protein, you know, it's just a nice
fish.
But the
34 grams of protein,
look at the color.
only about 310 calories.
Look
That's
at
beautiful.
the color. When you talk
and that's
about
a big piece of salmon, too. We're not skimping here.
But the color is the king.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You know, when you go to the grocery store, they call it Atlantic salmon. And it sounds good. It's just a name made up for farm raised, you know? And so when you have something that has so many 5-star reviews, but it's antibiotic free, hormone free diet, and those clean waters, that's the reason. How many 5-star reviews were there? It was like
575. Now, you don't get that many 5-star reviews without being a great quality. I mean, our customers rave about this. In fact, here comes some of the reviews. We're going to take a look at them. Is that not a great piece of fish? Look at, I love this salmon. It's sweet, mild, no fishy taste or smell.
Nope.
That's the thing that great salmon gives you. Oh, I love that. This by far was the best food purchase I have bought. Absolutely suggest buying. Look at all the 5-star reviews. I mean, 575 of them. Wow. That comes from White Knight. Ooh, very creative on the name. And Tiadum says, I hate salmon, but I love this salmon.
Yep.
I love this salmon. Made a believer out of me. Look forward to all the different ways to try it.
Yep.
And we do give you that, remember, with that recipe booklet, and we give you that seafood seasoning. It's just the 5-star reviews just keep on coming. This salmon is spot on. No bones about it. Get
That's
that?
cute.
I see what she did there. Literally. I have made it several different ways, and it comes out perfect. Very creative writing there, El Cheeks. 5 stars. But you know, this and a vegetable, and you've got a meal. It's
You have
so
dinner.
easy. You have dinner. Dinner is served.
And I love that you
May I
can
suggest
take
the
out.
salmon tonight?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. You can take out what you want.
Yes, Roxy
Oh, did
S
she
says
say that?
my family loves this salmon. It
Yep.
is so fresh tasting. I find the individual packages
I
very
love that.
convenient.
Yes.
This is my best. I don't know what she goes on to say.
Probably her
but
best go-to.
Probably her best go-to, or maybe her best
Because
purchase. People
fish-
rave about it.
You know, I like you asked how long I've been in the food business, and people don't know this, but I used to travel the country, and I sold seafood. And
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
yeah, that's what I did before I started Perfect
So you
Gourmet.
know how important the cold waters are.
And I know how important it is for freshness and not once or twice or 3 times frozen. So the reason there is no seafood smell is because right when it's, you know, when they go ahead and they portion it out, they blast freeze it, and then you're the one who's defrosting it and fixing it
For the first
meal.
time.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And 52643, this is a great addition to our show today. Again, Rastelli's, this is their seafood arm of their company. Egg Harbor, 10 6-ounce Faroe Island premium salmon fillets. 575 5-star reviews. That ought to tell you everything right there. Customer top rated. The 2020 Customer Choice Food Award for Best Seafood. It sold out the last time we had it on the air. 6/21, June 21st. It's sold out since then. 4 easy payments of $25. That will go away. Those easy payments go away at the end of the day. So you want to take advantage of that, because really, this is going to be a treat. This is going to be a special, memorable meal. If you have a special occasion, an anniversary, or maybe you want to just celebrate the fact that COVID is over and it's summertime, or maybe celebrating a new friendship. Boy, I'll tell you, salmon is memorable, but this salmon, I mean, this is something you don't want to rush when you're eating it. You want to savor every
You
bite.
totally do. This is the one where you've heard me say this about my food, but this is the one where the server comes up to the table and says, let me tell you about our special today. And then you're the one deciding what recipe is going to make it the special of the day. But it all, again, is about the fact that it's fed a hormone and antibiotic-free diet. It is, the color is so bright, and the fish is buttery. And
Buttery, like butter.
it is. And you can't say that usually. The reason the woman had the one review and it said, you know, I don't like salmon and I love this, is because this salmon is so mild. And it's a great way to introduce fish to your diet if you haven't tried this. It's delicious.
Yeah, this is one that just listen to what everybody else is saying. You saw those reviews. Go on QVC.com, look this up, and you'll be placing your order, because people rave. I mean, they do a better job than we could ever do presenting this food.
That's what I've always said. You know?
Yeah. And that's why this is sold out. And we talked about how good it is, but this is a smart choice as far as taking care of yourself, because we all need omega-3s and fatty acids. We don't get enough of those in our diet. This is a great source for that. And Carol is loving this salmon as much as I. You know, when salmon is done right, and this is salmon done right, and you can't mess it up. I was scared the first time I did this, but it came out perfect. Because I like to do it on a grill.
Right.
And I just kind of have that touch out there on the grill. And
yeah, you're the grill now.
It's nothing's more relaxing to me than being outside in the summer, nice summer night, having a beverage, and just kind of being alone with your thoughts and grilling and keep an eye, and then making sure that the people that sit down and eat it are saying, wow, you grilled this to perfection.
If you have, you know, like let's say you were going to do those pork chops that Rastelli had that you showed, or you were going to go ahead and maybe you're doing some steaks, but you might have a friend that's there that is is, doesn't eat meat. This would be a really nice item because they're individually packaged, and you can say, oh, I've got something. You defrost it, throw it on the grill, and you're ready to go.
I just thought of the line from my big fat Greek wedding. What do you mean you don't eat meat? Okay, super.